Miller Paint has been serving the greater Portland area since 1890. I recently stopped in to see how their paint is made and dropped by my local store to pick out some colors.
Now it's time for Made in the Northwest.
Hey guys, we're out here at Miller Paint in Northeast Portland, and today we're going to be making some paint. Steve, thanks for having us out,
man. You betcha. Thank you for coming and visit our facility. We're really excited to have you here.
This is great. Well, what are we doing today here?
Well, today I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what it takes to make a gallon of paint, and what components go into it, and how that reflects to what the customer sees and the customer experience.
Nice. So what do we got here?
So what I have here is I have a variety of pigments. These are all used for specific reasons. Mm-hmm. Some pigments are excellent for interior, but wouldn't really fare very well exterior.
Sure.
But they serve a great purpose interior. So selecting pigment is based on durability, but also on particle size. And that sounds really high tech for just painting your house.
Yeah.
But the particle size differential, if you have all really small particles, it's going to come out a really smooth surface, and it'll be glossy.
Yeah.
So if we want to make a primer or a flat or an eggshell finish, we're going to put in some bigger particle sizes just to give that surface. It's going to be irregular, and it'll diffract the light differently, and it'll give a nice flat appearance. So the pigment impacts that also. Yeah. We don't make any oil-based paints here. We stopped doing that several years ago, and we only produce water-based products. So the water is what helps us to build the product, helps you to apply the product, but it disappears. So it's not part of the final product.
Man, there's so much that goes into paint. Should we go take a look?
All right.
Let's do it.
Well, what we're doing here is we're dumping the pigment that we saw, and we'll dump all of the pigment. What happens is there's a big blade at the bottom of this tank.
Yep.
And that blade is basically mixing the pigments. It's actually tearing the particles apart a little bit, and then mixing them up, so that the next step will be we're going to put in the binder. We're going to put in the latex and the glue, if you will, that holds it all together. And then that'll mix for an hour or so, and then it'll come into our quality control department, where we'll start the checkout process and make sure that we're getting exactly what we expected to get.
Nice. Do you start out with the water in there first and then you build up from that, or how does that work?
Great question. Yeah, we do just that. We start out with water, and kind of like your grandmother used to make bread, we start adding it slowly, because the pigment likes to all lump together, and so that's part of the challenge of it, and that's what we really teach our employees is to how to make that dispersion be really smooth and fluid for the end customer.
All right, Steve, what do we got here? I see we're putting paint in cans.
Right, we've passed the quality control steps for this batch of paint, and now what we're doing is we're labeling our buckets, and they're going to come down the line to our filling operation. And our filling operation is done by weight. And the reason we do it by weight is there's a possibility of trapping air in the batch. Okay. We don't want to cheat the customer or have the wrong ratio of paint to the colorant that you add at the store. So we fill by weight, and when every can is set to go and at the proper fill level, it goes on down, and we get lids put on. They drop on, and they get compressed on, and then the last thing that goes on is the handle, and then we stack them out and put them in our shipping department.
Steve, thanks for having us out, man. This has been a lot of fun checking out how paint is made.
It's been great having you here. We really enjoy showing what happens at Miller Paint. We're very proud of what we do.
Man, thanks again. All right, guys, time to head to the store. Let's go play with some color. Hey guys, we're out here at the Clackamas Miller Paint. Matt, thanks for having us out.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Let's talk colors, man, because in the Northwest, it's a big thing around here.
Yeah, Northwest color collection with Miller Paint just really brings the embodiment of that to Miller and all of the colors that a customer could want. My favorite, man, I love this nice bedtime blue.
It's pretty.
Soft, little gray undertone. Works great for accent walls, good for movie rooms, not too dark, but still has a good sense of color.
Nice. I know one of the big things that people get confused about is sheen. How does that affect color?
Well, the sheen can certainly help darken a room. You go with a duller flat finish, makes it softer, a little more, inclusive, where the satin finishes and the semi-gloss finish is a lot brighter, certainly.
What about with people with, kids, pets, cleanability? How does that affect sheen?
Again, the satin finish and the semi-gloss finishes, those higher give you more durability. So satin's washable, semi-gloss is scrubbable, also great for like high moisture environments where you've got a shower or something.
All right, should we go mix up some paint?
Let's do it.
All right, Matt, what color are we making today?
Well, we're gonna make the bedtime blue.
Nice.
And this gallon here of the Acro Pure eggshell finish is gonna come unmixed. So any custom color that they're looking for can be made, but my favorite. So we're gonna go with the bedtime blue. Open it up. Nothing but goodness.
Yeah.
Waiting for color.
What colors are we adding in here today?
Well, let's take a look. Bedtime blue actually has no blue whatsoever.
That's funny.
black, green, magenta, and white.
Okay,
Gives it a little bit of that gray effect.
cool.
Let's make some color.
Go.
Color's done shaking, off it comes. Now what we can do is check the color. Always want to make sure it came out the way you intended it to.
Right.
Never want that bedtime blue to be royal green. And look at that.
Pretty.
Now notice it's a little light, which is great. That's why we have this color chip here, because when you dry the paint, it actually changes to its true identity.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll take this color card here and we'll dry it for our customer, just to make sure accuracy and consistency. Put it under the dryer for just a quick second. And now that we're done drying it down, we can definitely see color looks great. The only difference is the finish compared to the paint chip, but you can tell when you get home, it's gonna look great.
Nice. So what's this paint best used for?
The Acro Pure is an ultra low interior. You can use it anywhere you'd like. It does have a great purpose for a high moisture or mildew, like a bathroom area, because it'll resist that just due to the nature of the paint.
Nice. Low odor, low VOC. That's
Yep,
awesome.
ultra low.
Even better.
I know.
And now it's ready for somebody's wall.
Yep, ready to go, take home, make the walls look beautiful.
That's great.
Certainly not the only color either. We've got up to 1,500 to choose from. And if that's not enough for you, we can do custom matches to any color that you'd like.
Nice. And where do people find you guys?
MillerPaint.com or on Instagram at MillerPaint.
Nice. Thanks for having us out today, brother.
Thanks for coming.
All right, guys. Miller Paint, made right here in the Northwest, ready for your next project.